Good morning. Today we're going to learn how to make updos, and we're going to do that by putting a wall on our hair using a hairpiece. So what you need to do first of all is you don't have to have freshly washed hair. You can have washed your hair the day before, but you want it to be fairly dry. So just comb your hair as much as you can so that all the hair is soft and it can be separated. So you're combing it down so that you can easily just separate strands. Also, if you want a very clean finish, you should get a flat iron because we're going to straighten strands. And then at the end, if you have a curling iron, we're going to make some curls down the front. So turn both of your flat iron and curling iron on after you have combed your hair. Actually, you're going to need some bobby pins. I would say 8 to 10 bobby pins. And hairspray. And combs, mostly this one. So what we're going to do first is make a part down the center just to even things up from the get-go, even though the wall is going to be symmetrical. We're still parting down the center. What you want to do is you want to locate where your ears are, and you want to pull that hair forward, make a straight line, and make sure that you have some hair coming from the bottom here that represents your length for a curl. So take a little bit just from the bottom so that you can represent the curl. It will be curled at the end. The rest of it I can just set back. If you want, you can take a ponytail or a barrette and clip it back. So this is the hair we're going to be working with. First thing we're going to do is take a small section of that hair, comb it, get all the hairs going in the same direction, get the flat iron and smooth it out. And then we are going to do that with another similar size section on the other side of the part and flat iron that. This is going to represent the first anchoring of the hairpiece. So grab the hairpiece with the rounded end so that the hair is going to go over the rounded end, and set it with the top of the curve in your part and pull the hair over the back, grab a bobby pin, anchor the section of hair on one side with one bobby pin, another bobby pin, anchor the other section on the other side. So this represents the base. So we will take another section of hair, comb it, and flat iron it, lift it up, and anchor it. And on the side, you will have some that is not going to be on the hairpiece, but that just keeps the flow consistent of the hair, and the eye will travel up the side of your head, and it'll be consistent hair going over the mound, and it will all flow together. So at this point, you can even push it up a little bit and mold the sides. What we're going to do now is get some hairspray and spray it close, spray it a lot. So we're still keeping the hair behind the ears and back, and we are still taking sections to build on the mound, but not from the length. So separate your long hair from the hair that we're using in the sections to pull over the bump. Straighten this out, fold it over, clip with the bobby pin. Make sure we're separating our length and we're getting the section. If you need to, comb it. Experiment with different widths of the teeth with different combs. See what works best for you. Find a place for that bobby pin in the back of your hair. They can overlap. Separate the long hair back. Now that we're just running, we're coming down to the last few pieces of the front hair. Spray the hair again. Now it's important here to figure out what you want to have coming down the front of your face with a curl. There's going to be a section right at your temple. There's going to be a small section right at the top of your forehead. So make sure that you're paying attention to what you're going to leave behind for the curl. And this is obviously going to be the last section coming back. And I'm anchoring that. And we're going to do the same thing with the last section on the other side. Make sure that we have the hair for the curl separated from the section, similar in size on both sides. And then we're going to actually leave that there and put this up, anchor it tight in back with another bobby pin. So now we're ready to curl. So let's take our long section and we don't need necessarily to flat iron it, but we might as well just see if that makes it look sleeker. So we're going to flat iron the long section that's going to curl down in front, and then we're going to spray that with hairspray. Let that come down. Then we're going to take the section by our temple, and actually I think we're going to try the long section again with hairspray is still wet, so we're just going to hold it a little bit longer. In the meantime, start to identify the hair at the temple. That's going to be the next curl. Hold it for 2 seconds, release the curl gently. Let's now curl by our temple. I don't think we need to flat iron. This is a small section of hair and we don't want to necessarily burn it. So do the same thing with the very small section that we separated for the crown of the top, or the top of the forehead. So we're taking our length here on the other side and we're going to flat iron that like we did the first side. And we're going to separate that out from the temple section, and we're going to get the curling iron, wrap it as tight as we can, spray it. Let's hold it for a few more seconds so we don't have that same thing happen that happened with the other side where we didn't hold it long enough. This one didn't come out perfect, so we will try it again and hold it longer this time. Hold it a few more seconds. It's going to take that long. Okay, let's take, okay, I'm not sure what's going on with that, so we will not worry about that right now. This is the hair section from the temple. Spray that, hold it, let the curl come out here. This is our last section up at the top of the forehead, the crown of the head. We're going to hold that and release the curl gently, and at this point spray the curls before we touch them, and if possible don't even touch them. So now we have the front section of the hair curled. We have the bump. We're going to spray that. The back of the bump is, we can curl this back here. We can put a bow here. We can straighten the back. We can put a bow in front. It just depends on what you want to do with your hair. You could also pick this up and make a French twist back here, which we will do later when we try HairBumps. As for now, I hope that your bump turns out great. Thank you.